Hello everyone, Chief Canuck here with even more Warzone Firefight news from the past few days. Recently, IGN shared some new Warzone Firefight footage on a new Warzone map, REQs were revealed, HCS weapon skins and details were announced, and Firefight changes were shared in this week's community update. So let's get on with it here. I had a bit of a crazy week and I came home from E3 and my office/room was flooded, so let's just get straight to work and I apologize for being late. The Warzone Firefight update is scheduled to release June 29th. The preview livestream will take place June 28th at 2 p.m. Pacific on Twitch, YouTube, and the Halo channel app. You know, all the same places that the preview stream always takes place on. However, on June 29th, the full game of Halo 5 Guardians will be available for free to Xbox Live Gold members till July 5th. Think of it as a full game trial. After July 5th, those taking part in the trial will have to buy the game to keep playing. So if you have a friend who maybe has never played before, you can tell them to give a shot for free, and if they like the game, it's also on sale for 50% off during that time. So it's a great time to hop on board if you haven't done so already. It's just an option, just sharing it with you guys. Now let's fire through the rec sheet. The update adds Warzone Firefight, more on that later, and Campaign Score Attack. The three new maps are Attack on Sanctum, Prospect, and Molten. Attack on Sanctum is a Warzone map set on Sangehlios, Prospect is a Warzone Assault variant of Skirmish on Darkstar, and Molten is the new arena map. Molten, however, is a remix of the rig, one we've known about for a better part of a year, so let's hope it has more of a unique identity since it is a remix. Some remixes are very similar, I like ones that are quite different. Let's hope maybe that Molten is quite different from the rig. We also have a new water forge canvas called Tidal, so forgers will no longer have the struggle to find water to forge with and on because it's everywhere. Now on to the actual REQs. The Covenant vehicles all have a Temple variant now, which is safe to assume that that variant would likely add additional armor to the vehicles, however, nothing is known at this point. We have Valkyrie fireworks and Lone Wolf emblems. Also being added is the power zoom stance with the Halo 2 beam rifle. The new armor sets are Cinder, Cyclops, and Fenrir Wolfrend. I'm not really big on these armor sets, just not my cup of tea. Also, moment of silence for what could have been the GRD helmet. Moving on, the weirdly colored blurry REQ turned out to be the new UNSC Wasp air vehicle after all. I swear 343 is deliberately messing with the blurry REQ images to lead us on a goose chase. I did not predict the Wasp being that one, it just seemed too colorful. We have the Patrol Case armor mod, which likely grants additional ammo to all weapons like it did in Halo 4. There might be a few changes for Halo 5, but we'll have to wait and see. Next we have Sword of Tish and Scale Surrat plasma rifles, but you guys should already know the details about those right now. And last but not least, the Halo 2 beam rifle is back. The current model of the Dino Blaster in the game is called Type 27. The Halo 2 variant is called Type 50. So the update will be adding the original beam rifle from Halo 2, a Type 50 Alpha variant which has a faster fire rate and increased hipfire accuracy, and Type 50 Delta, which apparently has a slow rate of fire but creates an unstable gravimetric vortex at point of impact. The vortex reportedly pulls targets in, explodes, and then pushes them away, and also a hit anywhere on the body will kill a Spartan. So it sounds like the Covenant Nornfang to me, although with a Void's Tear kind of aspect to it. Seems really interesting. And those are all the new REQs coming with the update. However, there are more REQs being added to the game on the same day, June 29th, but they're separate from the ones we just went over. Those are the HCS Series 1 team skins. There will be 3 different REQ packs, one for each of the 3 teams represented with Series 1. Those are Counter Logic Gaming, Evil Geniuses, and Optic Gaming. A portion of the proceeds will go directly to the respective teams. The price is to be announced, but they're reportedly only available with real currency and not REQ points, which kind of makes sense if part of the proceeds goes directly towards the teams and helps them out. It's a little bit of a shame they're not available with regular REQ points. Maybe that will change, I'm not entirely sure, it doesn't seem like it. Oh well, what can you really do? This is meant to support teams. Each of those packs will contain 5 REQs, and if you've never opened it before, 3 of them will be the Emblem, Assault Rifle skin, and Magnum skin for that particular team, of course if you haven't gotten them already. The other 2 out of the 5 will be rare or higher visual customization REQs, with the high chance of unlocking the all-new non-team specific HCS weapon skins and content. Now, if you buy the same pack again and want to support the team, the pack will instead offer 5 rare or higher cosmetic items since you already have their weapon skins and emblem, where each of those 5 items have a high chance for the non-team specific HCS REQs as well. So if you've been following along, there's a total of 9 team specific REQs and a total of 12 non-team specific HCS REQs available through these REQ packs. The 12 non-team specific REQs include red and blue contender weapon skins for the battle rifle, assault rifle, and magnum, as well as a white contender skin for the battle rifle. But that's only 7. That's because they're also making the original HCS REQs from back in December 2015 available. That includes the Athlon Champion armor set, the emblem, and white contender weapon skins for the assault rifle and magnum. So that makes 12. So for your REQ collectors, I recommend buying these packs after you unlock all the regular REQs, including the ones from the Warzone Firefight update, as you might get some visual customization REQs from previous updates or even the most recent one with these packs. So if you get all of those out of the way, that way you'll be guaranteed the non-team specific REQs instead of just having a high chance. If you already have the previous HCS REQs from December, you'll only need to buy 4 packs to unlock all of the new HCS REQs. That means 1 pack from each team, and then 1 additional one to get the 7th non-team specific HCS REQ. If you don't already have the previous HCS REQs from December, you'll need to buy 5 packs to unlock all 12 non-team specific REQs and all 9 team specific REQs. Just make sure you buy at least 1 from each team, that way you get all 3 teams, and then you get all 12 HCS non-team specific REQs. I really hope that makes sense for you guys. If not, I can answer your questions in the comments down below, or on Twitter, you can hit me up at Chief Canuck. Moving on to Firefight, which rightfully so has received some changes from the beta. First up, Warzone Firefight will be playable on Escape from Ark, March on Stormbreak, Raid on Apex 7, Skirmish at Darkstar, Urban, yes, the Warzone Assault map will be playable on Warzone Firefight, which should be interesting, and the last map is the all-new Attack on Sanctum, Sangehlios themed Warzone map. Now on to the changes. In the beta, apparently under half of players who encountered the Defend the Garage objective in round 3 completed it, which surprises me. I know some players had some difficulty with it, but I didn't think that less than half would have completed it. So in response to that and obviously other bits of feedback, 343 has restructured objectives, updated HUD elements, and simplified the logic of objectives in Warzone Firefight. Now you won't need to protect an objective for being captured and also kill X amount of enemies before time expires. You'll only need to protect the objective from being captured. I understand this change, but I found having 2 objectives at the same time made for some great intense moments. Perhaps 343 will add multiple objectives later on and in later rounds where it belongs. I just personally think that multiple objectives makes things challenging, interesting, and could also allow for more variety. That's just my thoughts. They've also changed respawn timers. Now each round will add 5 seconds to the respawn timer, making dying in later rounds more costly, so make sure you don't die in round 5 or you might not come out on top. Now on to the HUD changes. Each round will present a huge graphic right in the middle of the screen now detailing the round number and the current objective that you need to do. Also in the bottom right, the mini scoreboard will also better detail your team's progress with the current objective. For example, a blue bar will decrease in size if you need to protect a base and the enemy is currently capturing it, so it's like the health bar, so to speak. Or a red bar will fill for every enemy you need to kill for Slayer-based rounds, like the kill X amount of crawlers, it will fill up once you reach the required amount. Also at the end of each round, a little scorecard will pop up detailing your points, bonuses for completing the round like not dying, defeating lots of enemies, or if you got a bunch of assists, you get points. You'll see that up on screen. They've also added a score feed next to the reticle, which will display the points you get from killing enemies, and if you get more points, while the feed is currently visible, they'll be added together kind of like a score chain. The score feed will start to change in color and grow larger the longer the chain goes on for. They've also added another objective called Protect Objects. In this example here, you might need to protect a UNSC generator from an army of knights attacking it, or Forerunner artifacts from a horde of hunters. Now this is just one new objective that 343 is happening to tell us now. I'm hoping they've added more because more is nice and more makes it more interesting. Now in Firefight, rec points and XP will be based on number of rounds you've completed. More rounds, more rewards. If you get there faster, you'll get a speed bonus, and speed bonuses only apply if you beat all the rounds and beat the rounds under their par times. Kind of straightforward. In the community update, we're also treated to concept art, thoughts from the developers, and the process behind designing some of the new maps and the new stuff in this update, including the Grunt Goblin boss, which is definitely an interesting read. Click the links down below in the description for anything I talked about, including this. I recommend you guys read it. It's really cool. Now, one thing I do want to point out that definitely caught my eye is that they offhandedly mentioned that a future campaign-tuned variant for the Grunt Goblin would be fun. They also mentioned that a Grunt is shorter but wider than a Spartan, and therefore it would require a same amount of space to obviously then fit inside the Grunt Goblin. But apparently that's, according to them, not a relevant point right now, but perhaps at some point. I'm sorry, this offhanded hintedness is just making me really excited for maybe some potential ideas. I think an Easter egg experience or giving us the ability to drive the Grunt Goblin and face off in a Grunt Apocalypse Warzone firefight setting would be amazing. I think I'm just dreaming right now. It's awesome when they do stuff like this, but I also hate it because there's no guarantees and I kind of want it. And of course, they shared this image. Since the Grunt Goblin has a giant needler weapon, the needler projectiles are also giant as well. They can even cause an even bigger super combine explosion, as they put it, if enough of them stick to a target. So I can't wait to see that. That's all the news from the past few days. Links to all the articles and the IGN video that I've mentioned will be in the description down below for you guys to check out if you want. Although keep in mind the IGN video has quite a bit of incorrect information. I would just watch it for the footage and their impressions. And with that, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Apologies for the late coverage and the long video. When I came home from E3, I had a crazy week at work. I also had a minor flood that got in the way, but luckily didn't damage anything. So I just bundled up everything that I could in the last few days that I missed. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name's Chief Canuck. Thank you guys all for the support, and I'll see you guys next video.